Good morning. Today is Saturday, March 21st. Happy birthday to my mom. And our first day of spring. So many to celebrate. It's the first full day of spring. Things to celebrate. It's a beautiful day here in Washington, D.C. I'm sending you love. My name is Lisa Maxwell. And I'm going to offer a reading. I took the reading last night, the one I kind of posted a little later in the day yesterday, was something that maybe you might be feeling today. That energy. So definitely look at that reading. I think it's very fit into some of the energies that I felt this is working with. So I encourage you to go back and look at that and see if that's what resonates with the energy that you're feeling today. I think, that's one of the things as we kind of, I'm getting back into doing these readings. So one of the things I noticed when I used to watch other readers was that I would kind of feel the energy that they were, all the cards that were coming up were something that kind of were occurring in the reflection and the interactions that I was having the day. So they kind of, we can get like a little bit of, the spirit sometimes gives us a little peek at what's coming up, not maybe necessarily in the day of the reading, but something that's maybe coming up in the day or two after. So just be aware of that. And whenever this message finds you, it's the right time no matter what. Like, share, and subscribe, or pass it to somebody who you think may need it. And what the message is, take what you like and leave the rest. Your ear and your soul hears a particular thing. It's meant for you to kind of, like a nugget to kind of work with, like a pearl. And that a piece of something, a particle or a parasite or something, whatever, that comes into a pearl oyster, and then that oyster kind of like works with it and it agitates it, then it turns out to be a beautiful gem. Welcome to probably every day of life up until this point. Everything that we have experienced, all those nuggets that, and then all of a sudden they become a pearl in divine time. It's never too soon, it's never too late. It's always just right. It's all in how we look at it. So what do the cards have for us today? We'll be working with the Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Krams. And ask for the blessed messages to come through that are divine and highest and wisest spirit. So here are the cards. Here are a few cards. So we have the Eight of Swords. Again, oh, this is interesting. Kind of prisons of our own imagination. In this card deck, the Eight of Swords shows a cocoon. So you're actually utilizing all of the thoughts. Like I said, taking the time to look at all the thoughts that have brought you to this point, like all of your thought processes, and knowing that, with Uranus and Taurus, at I think still the 28th degree, this is the highest vibration, the highest numerical vibration of the Taurian energy. And with Uranus is asking us to be creative, to come into something better than what we were, to do it differently. So when I look at this, I see that this, cocoon, this caterpillar, the uneducated, the less intelligent versions of ourselves, you're actually now getting really creative, and you're using one of those thoughts to get you to the next level, to get us to the next level, and taking the time to look at. So instead of this card being something that, like, there's some weird struggle going on, um, obvious struggle, it's an internal thing. Again, an inside job to look at the thoughts, look at everything that's brought us to this point. Again, these points of the sword, look at those. They will serve you. And to be, a beautiful pearl, a beautiful butterfly. We're not quite ready to emerge from the cocoon. Maybe you don't feel quite ready. Um, we've got the Six of Wands here. We've got the Six of Wands here. And these are all minor arcana. So these are the energies that are like here today, gone tomorrow. These are day-to-day interactions, day-to-day experiences. So we need to take this time every day to meditate and to go within and to wrap ourselves up and to create something sacred, utilizing everything that we have. Um, and then we have the six of wands. So this is the rainbow. This is the promise. This is a victory, a card of victory, almost to the point of like being a little over. This actually kind of like brings in the energy of Venus square Jupiter, which is happening this weekend. So we can get a little over exuberant, but the promise is there no matter what. And again, God has brought you the sign of the rainbow is the sign of God's promise, the sign of spirit, that He will never leave us. You are not alone. He will always, you always are victorious when you are in His house, when you are in spirit. When you take this, you will feel like you can go out into the world and be confident. This is a card of extreme, like confidence that may incite some jealousy from other people, but that doesn't mean you dim your light, right? Maybe don't be so extra, but there we are. What else do we have? We've got the Two of Cups, beautiful card of divine union on the day to day, creating great relationships, great interactions, long-term friendships are deepening. There's a commitment being made here, an emotional commitment being made here, maybe to self, and that is, that's something that's coming up with the turn of Mercury direct in the sign of Pisces. Um, Roses are the sign of Mother Mary. This is the yes. This is a yes, a divine yes, divine sanction with a rainbow. And, if you're taking the time to combine with spirit, your efforts, all of your endeavors are blessed. And you're creating, great relationships across the board. Um, then we have the Four of Cups. So this is taking the time to kind of like, assess like what's for you and what's not. It's interesting that there's a rat over these. But rats are resilient. Rats are they will work with anything that they have. So they're not like, you know, so this is us really assessing the situation, the emotional situation, what stinks and what's rat like, you know what? I don't want that. Sometimes rats invoke fear. So whatever it is that you fear, so there might be some fear coming up that is clouding your ability to that's kind of being maybe the dominant emotion and making you feel like you want to act. But again, there's the action card here is this one here, and it's just go forward with confidence. There may be some of this fear coming up, but just, that's making you feel like you've got to choose something. But a Four of Cups is actually a more meditative card. So if the fear is coming up, and that's just it's a sign to halt. I see the moon here. Halt. Don't worry. Remember the reading from yesterday. Things are being worked out for us in a way that's in the best interest of all. There's plenty for everybody. So, maybe just take a time to understand the fear. This is a meditative card. It's not the Four of Swords, but it's sort of like, oh, I don't really want what's on offer. Take a look at that. Is it your fear? But know that, again, rats are resilient, that whatever you choose the outcome is going to be fine. It's divinely sanctioned. And the High Priestess, again, another card of like, um, don't cast your pearls before swine. Um, take your time. Take your time to learn about a situation, intuitively feel, but there's no need to, move forward in any kind of way. Like I said, like things are being worked out. You can be confident. You can take your time because you're not maybe quite ready to move forward with these things. But this type of stuff is on offer, like on an everyday basis. This is something that's again divinely sanctioned. These are things coming together, but we don't need to react. we can just be still and know. And there's a tiger, white tiger. Again, that's extremely confident. But again, bringing in that confidence of that lamb in the Four of Swords from yesterday. Maybe stuff is pointing at you, but there's no need. Yeah, maybe you want to kind of like close in a little bit, but that's fine. Again, that's fine. Things are being worked out for you. I'm going to leave it at that. Have a great rest of your day. And yeah, like I said, if this message finds you not quite like some of it, it may be something that's more for a tomorrow or Monday energy. I don't know, but it's here. It's on offer. I love you. If you want your own private message, direct message me. And have a great rest of your weekend.